Hi, we'll be doing shamanic drumming today. I have my gorgeous Palo Santo to clear energies and to bring in some happy, vibrant, positive energies as well. There's some lovely cat energies going on. My cat's decided to put himself right in the middle here. Bless him. And my other cat's just sat over there. So there's some gorgeous cat energies going on today. I also have black tourmaline, one of my favourite crystals to connect with. So clearing any negativity and bringing in some happy, positive, gorgeous, loving, kind energies. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. First of all, I wanted to talk about something. There was a post that I saw recently in regards to with therapists and readers, and it was interesting to see some of the comments from people, and I just couldn't believe, like, even still in this day and age, that there's people out there who think that healers and therapists don't deserve to be paid for their services. And I know I've done a video about this before, and I just feel, because obviously we're in the 3D world, and if people can afford to do their therapies and everything for free, then good for you. But there's people who actually, like, of earning money. Do you know what I mean? And it just made me think, when I've done my therapy sessions, and how much I've paid therapists and healers for their services. Like, I started off going to a mediumship group, and then I went to another mediumship group. I did USI Reiki 1 and 2. I also connected with healing my ancestral line, going back 7 generations, healing my ancestral line between my mum and my dad. I did past life regression. What else? Angelic Reiki 1 and 2. Practitioners 3 and 4. Master teachers, so I can teach Angelic Reiki as well. And inner child's work, I've done that. More past life regression, doing events, tarot readings. I mean, I've been doing like tarot readings since I was a teenager. So, and I've been lucky to have money to do that, basically, to help with my own healing. So it just made me think to consider with the therapists and healers that I've worked with, because I feel that they deserve to be paid, obviously, because that's, that's the right thing to do. Like, friends and I will do an energy exchange. I'll do a reading and then they'll give me healing, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? But also, with what I just connected with, money is the root of all evil. And I just, how can people say that? Because to some people it might be, but where can you go without spending money? I know I'm gonna like annoy some people, but whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here, like, I was thinking this the other day, and my guides were like, you're not here to please everybody. Basically, I'm not here to please everybody and not say what's on my mind, because that's the whole point of being me. But I just feel, how can people have that state of mind when obviously this is the world that we live in? For me to like pay my rent, or anybody else to pay their rent, I can't say to my landlord, oh, I'll give you angelic Reiki sessions, or I'll teach you angelic Reiki in exchange for rent. Could you imagine his face? Like, it would drop like a freaking lead balloon. So, or anything else. You know, if you go shopping and buy some food and get some food, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll give you a tarot reading in exchange for that. They'd be like, I don't think so. Just so I'm going here. This is the kind of world that we live in. You know, some people have to face it. I know I'm probably going to annoy some people, but they have to face, like, the world that they're living in, and you need money as an energy exchange. Whether, and I made a comment actually in the group, and I was saying, I know I said this before, that yeah, it was like a job. That's what it was. I just went somewhere there because I was thinking about something else, but a job that, if you did a job, like, I've done all sorts of jobs. I've worked in nurseries, I've worked in waitressing, behind the bar, care work. I've done quite a few jobs actually over the years. And they've all taught me something. I can't say that I've regretted any job that I've had, because it's taught me something, and I met some absolutely incredible, lovely people along the way with my life journey. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But can you imagine if my boss, like at the end of the month, you know, and stuff, my boss was like, oh, well, we're not going to pay you. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, look at all the hours. I mean, I remember when I used to work at behind the bar, at the restaurant. It was like a big place where I used to work at, and there was like a playland, there was a pub, there was a restaurant, you know, so wherever I was needed, I would just work there, and worked at care homes, did private care, nursery, worked with young babies and children, you know, and yeah, can you imagine if, like, you know, the end of the month and my boss was like, oh, I'm not going to pay you, and I'd be like, well, I've got rent to pay, I've got food, you know, to buy, I've got bills, I've got, do you know what I mean? And that is really wrong to have that mindset. I'm sorry, but it is, because if we was all like ascended to like 5D or whatever, where it's all an energy exchange, and you know, and everyone grows their own food and all sorts of things, and every, you know, in that respect, then I get it. But we're not. We're in the 3D world. We're in the 3D matrix. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. I just can't believe, you know, it's a really good post this guy put up, but some of the comments, and I just thought, do you know what? Like, these people have just, like, they, you know, I don't want to say they live in fairyland, because that's an insult to the fairies, basically. You know, so I just feel it's a real shame, because people have still got that mindset. Even some people that feel that they don't have that mindset, they do have that mindset. They do. Because I feel, oh, spirit, how will they do this? Like, they always do this. Like, some people are in for, like, for themselves. And that's what has actually got me to this book. There was a comment that a guy said in the group about a book, and it's called Dispelling Wetico, Breaking the Curse of Evil by Paul Levi. That's the book that I'm reading at the moment, as well as the Stonehenge one. Yeah, because I feel it's important to read books like this. Do you know what I mean? I think he said he wrote a book, The Madness of George W. Bush. Um, yeah. So that might be the next one that I read because, well, we all know about him in regards to that kind of way, but it's also the mindset of people in regards to programming. Yeah, being programmed to have that kind of life and to be like that towards people. Someone said, what was it? A lady said also in the comments of, in regards to the ones, who think that they're above everybody. For some people to have the mindset that they shouldn't charge. It's like a programming or something. She said something like, it's like a programming, they try and program people so they don't feel worthy to charge for their gifts, even though they've paid other therapists to help them, find their gifts and help with their gifts. Like, for example, say, with the mediumship groups, it was only like £8 or something to go, and I was really grateful because it helped me with my mediumship connections. So, but then obviously you do USI Reiki over a weekend, angelic Reiki teachers, past life regression. Some sessions, some therapists charge about 75 quid. Do you know what I mean? I don't charge that much. But it's up to them. It's not for me to judge how much therapists charge. That's not my point, because that's entirely up to them. But it's for people to feel their worth of what they charge. And I think that's what she was getting at. So these, whoever they call them, I call them idiots, really. Who try and program that mindset of, because there's friends of mine, when I do holistic events, I don't really do holistic events anymore because the money that I was paying to do holistic events, I wasn't really making any money back. Even for my stall, and obviously me making my products and everything else, even if I made money for my stall, because a lot of them were so quiet. And I had to make the decision not to do any holistic events for the time being, but also because the last holistic event I was told that I couldn't use my products because I would be taking business away from the other stall holders, which was ridiculous because there was one lady who was from Neil's Yard. She was lovely. I go and I chat to everybody at these events. Do you know what I mean? I'm a sociable person, as people know. And there was quite a lot of tarot readers, healers, so I could have turned around and said, well, look, I'm doing healing. Look at all of these other healers. But I didn't. Do you see what I'm getting at? So I've mentioned this before, I'm even experiencing that as well, of the spiritual community telling me that I'm not allowed to bring along my products. And my friend, bless her, she was going to put some on her stall, but I didn't want the woman to have a go at her about it. So, but that was my confirmation, I think, to just go, no, I'm not going to do them anymore. Because to be honest, like, it's not about competing with people, it's getting your services out there and it's helping people. And in one sense, it's becoming more like a money making scheme. Okay, people need to earn money and this, that, and the other, yes, but don't forget the spiritual side of it as well, and treating other therapists like nothing is not acceptable. So, yeah, yeah. And also another thing I wanted to connect with, when people are going through hard times, you soon realise who your friends are. That's another thing I wanted to say, because myself and friends of mine, we've all had difficult times. Everybody experiences it. They help me out, I help them out, and I'm grateful for them, and I know that they're grateful for me. So I also wanted to make a point of that. Sometimes if people haven't got the money to give someone, maybe you'd like, I don't know, get them some fruit or veg or a loaf of bread. Do you know what I mean? And that's also what some people are forgetting, the importance of an energy exchange. Because I feel no energy exchange, just like, it's just disrespectful. I'm trying to get my words out. I'm going to read something on the back of this book, yeah? Because I just feel it's important. There is a contagious psycho-spiritual disease of the soul, a parasite of the mind that is currently being acted out en masse on the world stage via collective psychosis of titanic proportions, the mind virus, which Native Americans have called Wetico, covertly operates through the unconscious blind spots in the human psyche, rendering people oblivious to their own madness and compelling them to act against their own best interests. Drawing on insights from Jung psychology, shamanism, alchemy, spiritual wisdom, traditions, and personal experience, author Paul Levi shows us that hidden within the venom of Wetico is its own antidote, which, once recognised, it can help us wake up and bring sanity back to our society. I just wanted to read that, do you know what I mean? Because I was going to read like something in the book, and then I was like, no, I saw that and I thought, right, because I think that that's what attracted me to the book as well. When I went to check it out, when this guy mentioned in the comments, and I was like, right, I'm going to check out that book, and that was what I read, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna order this book, really. I started reading it yesterday, and it's really good. So, I mean, as I say, people don't have to agree with me. That's not the whole point. Everyone's got to have their own mind. But I'm just going to give people something to think about. Do you know what I mean? In regards to that, and maybe just having a bit more respect for each other, love for each other, community spirit, because that's another thing that I have also been saying about, and I put a few posts on my Facebook, and that between the masculine and the feminine, not to offend, yeah, but there was this lady shared it about the hustle connection between the divine feminine and the masculine, like competing with each other. I'm not going to call out men, I'm not going to call out women, because we can both have all sorts of those energies going around. So I don't hate men and I don't hate women, and stuff. that's not my point. But I feel like it's all by design, you know, and there's a lot of women that are becoming masculine and a lot of men that are becoming feminine. You know, I was chatting to friends of mine actually about it, you know, and stuff, and it's not to bash women, it's not to bash men, but it's, you know, yeah, I just feel community spirit. And I used to feel that. I used to feel community spirit when I did these holistic events. And I've just been given guidance, you know, by my guides to not connect with them for the moment, actually, because, you know, I'm not competitive, but there has been some things I feel that my light triggers people's demons, and, you know, I've had quite a few conversations with friends about this, and they're saying the same in regards to certain situations that they've connected with as well, you know. And I just feel at the end of the day, you know, I'm here for a reason. And at my yoga class, at the end of it, that's what my yoga teacher said. You are all here for a reason. Yeah, I love my yoga sessions anyway. I always go for 2 because the lady, you know, she gets all like the sound bowls out and everything, and oh, it's just absolutely magical. So yeah, sometimes it can be a thing of getting motivated in the morning to go, but I'm always grateful when I actually make the effort to go, to show up. But we are all here for a reason, you know. But I do feel that my light does trigger some people's demons, you know, and stuff, and, you know, they don't have to listen to what I've got to say. Like, I'm not forcing anyone to listen to anything that I've got to say. Like, if they want to listen, then that's up to them. But yeah, we are all here for a reason. My cat looks so content, bless him. So, right, I'm going to do some drumming, I think. If anyone wants to do any drumming with me, you can. I'm just going to start off and do a little bit. Waking my cat up now. He doesn't mind, he loves it. He's quite happy actually, aren't you, boy? that's probably cleared some energies. I'm going to do a card pull and see what these cards wish to connect with today. I feel like I have to really hold these cards because like they all just want to come out. They've definitely, right, let's go for that one. They definitely got something they want to say. Okay, number 17, Moon Lodge Retreat. Yeah, these are the sacred sites cards that I've got. Connecting with today. So let's see. Number 17 might be significant as well. Oh, I've just like, my cat just moved and then I just went backwards instead of forwards with the pages. He's really snuggling up to me today, bless his little heart. Cats are absolutely magical. I wouldn't be without them, I really wouldn't. Okay, the Moon Lodge is the place of women where women gather during their menstrual time to be at one with each other and the changes occurring in their bodies. Long ago, this special time of moon cycles, women were removed from duties of family and allowed to retreat to the Moon Lodge to enjoy the company of their sisters. Traditionally, the moon time is a sacred time of a woman when she is honoured as a mother of the creative force. During this time, she is allowed to release the old energy her body has carried and prepare for connection to the Earth Mother's fertility that she will carry in the next moon or month. Our ancestors understood the importance of allowing each woman to have her sacred space during this time of reconnection, because women were the carriers of abundance and fertility. Women were the mothers who would increase the tribe by bearing children, bring fertility to the crops through their connection to Mother Earth, and hold the dreams of the nation in their wombs until those dreams became a reality. The Moon Lodge card speaks of retreats. Take a break. Your influence cannot be felt at this time because you are in need of replenishing your own energy. This is a barren time in a sense because you need to be alone and honour yourself for a change. Retreat is not an act of weakness. It is an act of strength. Without retreat, the future cannot take hold in the present. Make note that you are preparing for the time of fertile action by taking rest now. Being alone at this time will allow you to do the things that give you joy without interference. Remember that miracles can happen when you repose and allow yourself to come to your new starting place in a gentle way. Oh, that's lovely. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this shamanic drumming and cards pull for today, and I will see you again soon. Look after yourselves.